Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Kozma. I'm 25 years old, and if I told you that I have autism, would you know? Well, when I was a baby, I was an easygoing baby up until I was 15 months old. And that's when my parents started to notice that there was a lot of changes. And I wasn't meeting those typical developmental milestones. And I was nonverbal until I was 4. And when I was 4 years old, I was then diagnosed with having autism, pervasive developmental disorder. And I was diagnosed at Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. And the doctors wanted to put me on Ritalin to calm my meltdowns down. My parents refused. They did not want me to be the zoned out zombie. And, well, according to the doctors said I would never be able to talk. Nonverbal until I was 4. Repetitions, and then my first sentence, "Mommy, it's cold." I would never be able to go to a regular school. I was in special education classes. I was fortunate to have an EA. I was mainstreamed in high school, I was very lucky to have graduated high school. She'll never be able to go to college. Well, I went to Durham College. I was in a specialized program called CICE, Community Integration Through Cooperative Education, where I took an area of concentration in early childhood education. And the program specialized for students with disabilities, and they have the support of a learning facilitator, tutorials, and modified workload. And I graduated in 2013, the President's Honor Roll, and the highest ranking graduate of the program, the top student, top honors. She'll never be able to be in a relationship or get married. Well, I'm in a soon to be 5.5 year relationship with my boyfriend Vince to this day, my first love. She will never be able to get a job. I held my very first job at 17 years old, for 7 years actually, until it was time to move on. When I got something in my field right after school, I had that job for just the summer. The daycare job that I'm at to this day, and that job was in my field. I have started up from the bottom, worked my way up, and I've held that job for a 1.5 years now, and it's in my field of work. She will never be able to live out on her own. Soon, independent life will hopefully come soon. I'm working at that. I'm working at gaining the life skills for independence, but I know it will happen. Does everybody get the concept of the video? Well, I did this for a reason, and it was because I wanted this video to help inspire others. And for parents whose children were just diagnosed being on the spectrum, that there is hope. And don't let doctors tell you that they'll never be able to do anything, or they'll never be able to do all these things. Because really, it's going to take a lot for them to overcome those things. But in the end, it's worth it. It was not easy. It's not easy for me being on the spectrum. But you know what? I'm here today sharing my story. And if it touches people, that's great. And I hope that I've made a difference. Doctors also said I would never be able to really be out there in the real world. Not only do I hold a job, but I have 4 different volunteer jobs on the go. And recently I'm actually going to be getting the Helping Hands of Clarington Volunteer Service Award. And that's a huge honor. I also first shared my story on Facebook in the Autism Awareness group. And I've had a lot of parents and people on the spectrum reach out to me and just tell me the stories about their kid or themselves, and how a story like mine has given hope. And to this day, with the amount of people I have on my Facebook, which half of them are from all around the world and from all the autism advocacy and support groups that I'm in, that's where a lot of my friends come from. And they've told me how my story, it's given hope. And they hope that their child will someday be like that. A lot of parents are afraid for their child's future. Don't be. Take it one step at a time. And that's what my mom said. We're not going to look into our future. We're just going to take it one step at a time and see where it goes. You see where it goes. Tattoo here. Defying gravity. That's what it represents. It represents the doctors being told that I would never be able to do something, and everything that I've done, and to this day. My first tattoo, my autism tattoo, inner peace, love and acceptance, autism awareness, and advocacy. I wanted to start somewhere doing motivational speaking on autism. So I figure, why not here? Why not share my story to thousands of people? Why not start somewhere? So I'm sharing this in honor of Autism Awareness Month and World Autism Day. Remember, there is always hope, and there's always the beauty. Hope makes a difference.